Hello and welcome to coding a Snapchat filter using our VidCode uh, coding program here at the Downers Grove Library. My name is Lauren and I'm going to be walking you through some steps on how to do that. So first of all, what you'll need to do is you will need to set up a VidCode account. So if you have trouble doing that or need help, please do reach out to us here at the library. You can speak with myself. So you can call the computer help desk and ask for me, or you can speak with our teen librarian, Amanda. So we're going to go ahead and get started doing that. So we will be picking up from the point of you having a VidCode login. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so once I'm in the VidCode program, you'll want to go to an hour of coding. There's a few activities in that, but the one we're going to be talking about and using is code a Snapchat filter. So I'm just going to start coding and it will take you to our coding platform that we can go ahead and open that up. So to get started, just so you know, this area here is where you're going to be using all your code. So this is like where we enter all our code. This here is going to be giving you a preview of all the things that you're coding, kind of show you what you're doing before you're at the end of your end result. All right, so we're ready to go. All right, so coding a Snapchat filter. So you're going to make your own Snapchat filter with a code. These steps will guide you through. So VidCode is really nice and they will walk you through all the steps. I'm just going to show you kind of how to navigate some of them, some tricks and tips on that. So we'll get started. We'll hit next. All right, so first of all, we want to choose a background. So you can either use something that's on your computer already, or you can use a background that they've provided for you here on the right-hand side. So they have a few choices here to choose from. And I'm going to go ahead and just grab that campfire one there. Some of them are moving, some of them don't move. Up to you. Again, you can add your own if you would like to. You'll notice here, once I clicked on that campfire, it entered my source. My movie source is camping. You'll also notice that the source of my movie or my background is in quotations as well. That's important to note as well, because that shows the code what to project on your background. So then I will hit next. And they want us to add a rectangle at the bottom. So we will go ahead and we'll go down to here. So you'll see here in VidCode that they do have some things that you can add to your background. So I'm just you can either drag it over or you can click on it twice and then it will drag it. All right, so see, now my background has a lovely big blue rectangle. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next thing, and that's going to show us how to edit that. Because obviously, if you're making this background and it's beautiful moving campfire in the background, you don't want to block that there with a big blue rectangle. So it says, great, a blue rectangle has appeared on the bottom of your video. The line of code box.color equals, in quotations, blue, sets the color of your box. So try changing the color of the rectangle. So I can click there on blue and I can just change the color there. So pick whatever color you like and it will change to that. All right. Next. One last thing, this rectangle is blocking a lot of your video. Wouldn't you like to be able to make it transparent? I certainly would. So modifying the code. So the code here the code here, box dot, here, let me just highlight it there. Okay, so that is where we can change the modifying the box. So we want to make sure to make it a little bit more transparent for the picture. So let's see, let's go from 0.5, they say. All right, look at that. Now we can see what's going on behind the box. So it's transparent now for us. All righty. Again, you can play around and make it perfect to the number for your filter. You can do all sorts of things. So I encourage you to go ahead and try that as well. But I'm just gonna follow that and then hit next. Now it's time to add your back to school tips. So this one in particular says, you know, you can add back to school tips. You can put anything in there for today. We are going to do whatever we would like to do. So drag in the text button into your code. So I just hit text and it dragged in, it popped into my coding there. Okay, so in parentheses here, you'll see that it says back to school tip. And you'll see here on my picture, on my background filter, my Snapchat filter, that it says back to school, but it's kind of out of the box. So I'm gonna just do memories for a nice campfire memories. And then I'm gonna hit next. Back to school tip is the string of text getting passed into the text function. That basically means that whatever you put inside the text parentheses will show up on your video. So don't forget the quotes. Don't forget to be in the inside the quotes and in the parentheses. So we've done that with the memories there. So what I'm gonna do is hit next, and then we can change the font. The next thing we can do is go ahead and change the font for whatever we want to look for. We could do Comic Sans. Whoops. Now you'll notice that I made sure to put it in the parentheses there, or I'm sorry, in the quotes there. That's important, just of course, for the coding that indicates for the coding where your code is. So it's in those parentheses, it knows to pick it up there, what kind of font that you're looking for. All right, so I've changed mine to cursive. And then I hit next. And it says, try making the text smaller, which is great because it's cutting off the S for my memories. So tips, it says tip.size changes the size of your text. Show hint. So they show us a hint of what we can do here just to help you along. So you'll notice here, there's no tip size, tip.size yet. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna copy that code and we're just gonna enter it on the next line, on line 9 in the coding box. We're just gonna hit that and looky there. It switched over to a smaller size. I rather like that size. I wish it was centered. Let's see if we can do that next. All right, so now that we've done that, we can hit next. And I just want to mention here, because I didn't mention before, that if you would rather have the instructions read to you, you can click the instruction little speaker there and it will read that to you as well. So the next thing we're going to do is moving text. You can change the position of your text with the code tip.x equals 10. So again, we don't see that here in our coding yet. So on line 10, I am just going to paste that. So I copied it from them and I'm just going to paste it. So 40 is still not in the middle. Let's try 20. Oh, it's too small. Whoops. You know what I did there? I did the wrong code. It copied the size. I don't want new size. I want location. Copy that, line 10, paste. All right, see that? That's a good, that was a good example too about how to edit your code. So you can highlight and just hit backspace or delete and delete your code. Just make sure that you've highlighted the code that only the code that you want to go ahead and delete, or otherwise it will just delete everything from your string of code, obviously. All right, so 10 is kind of not so much in the center. Let me see, what would 15 do? Oh, we're getting hotter here. Okay. I think maybe that's it. 18 is my code. All right, so see how it moved it kind of to the center into my Snapchat filter there, kind of is in the center of our rectangle or square there. I also don't like that it's kind of not, it's like blocking the fire. So let me see if I can move it down even in the next step, because this is basically left to right. Now I want up to down movement. All right, it says you can move your text around until exactly where you want it. So I tried centering it, which I think is pretty close there. Again, you can play around with the numbers. I'm gonna hit next and I can change the text color. So when we change the font, we can also change the color too. Alrighty, so we just will copy tip.color and we can make it the color of your choice. So again, on line 11, I've copied it. I'm gonna paste it. Now this time I'm gonna check and make sure, okay, it's the right color. Whoa. Expect an assignment or function call instead of an expression. Let's see. Didn't like that. So I'm going to do equals, whoops, equals to, in quotes, black, and then close quotes. And looky there, it changed. Now I don't love it. It kind of gets lost. I think maybe I'm going to go back to white. But remember I have, and look at that, change back to white. Remember I have equals to my choice in parentheses, or in, I'm sorry, in quotations. That's important because before I got an error because I didn't have instructions. So I basically had just put the coding tip.color, and before I did the rest of it, it didn't know what to do. So I had to do the equals to, in parentheses, or I keep saying that, in quotes, white. And that tells the code, change this color to white. All righty. We're going to hit next. And again, you can play around with the colors all day if you'd like. Let's hit next. The next step to making your Snapchat filter is to choose a graphic to be the star. Select the graphic tab under the video on the right and click on the graphic to add to your video. So we go over to the right. We are currently on backgrounds. We're going to click that purple button and it's going to take us to graphics. Now the background is kind of hidden. Let's see, can we find anything? Oh boy, there's nothing that really goes with mine. So I'm just going to say code it with bitcode, and that added the code there on the bottom. And it's right here. It looks like it's right here in my corner here. You can add, there's quite a few. And again, you can record from your webcam or upload a file to add the graphic as well. All righty. I'm going to hit next. First, you should place your graphic wherever you want it. So I don't really like the location, so I'm going to change that. To move your graphic left and right, edit this code in your editor. So in my editor, I'm going to go to this one right here. And these are the numbers that I want to go ahead and change. So let's see, what am I going to say, 50? Okay, so it's going down. Maybe 10. No, didn't really do anything. Okay, so 100 made it smaller. So I think the bigger this number, the smaller the graphic. Sometimes coding doesn't make sense. You would think the smaller the number, the smaller the graphic. That's not it. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm going to keep it at that and play around with it later. Okay, if you add more than one graphic, you're going to have a second. You're going to have a second graphic variant. So just so you know. I'm going to just erase that because I only have one. Oh, it took it away. I only have one graphic. Okay. All right, then what I could do is if I moved it from left to right, I can also move it up and down. So that one is going to be my graphic 1.y. So then here, I'm going to go in here and change it to nothing happens. Oops. Let's see. All right, there we go. Okay, that's what happened is I disappeared in my first graphic. So see how you kind of just have to play around with it if you're having issues. All righty. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to make it. All right, so it's making, it's just playing around. So you kind of have to do the same thing. All right, so that kind of looks centered a bit. No, I think it's 22. You kind of have to play around, like I said. And then to go down or up, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go, I think up would be the best. I don't want to block the fire. Let's see. No, that's going to go down. Okay. I think that's the best we're going to get. I think maybe I'm going to push it to the side more. So let me see. Okay. Okay. That's a little bit better. Let's see. All right. I'm going to leave it like that for now because I want to make it smaller. Alrighty, so again, you can play around with the XY coordinates on your graphic, I'm sorry, to show how to get from how to get it just right, basically. So again, play around, have fun with it. Especially in this kind of program, you can't break it. So you can play around in your coding editor there, and you can erase, you can add, you can do whatever you'd like to do and try to figure out how to make it the best you would like to make it for your liking. So it's all about fun and learning. So don't be afraid to go ahead and change things and try new things. So to scale it, so mine is a little large, like they say, if your graphic's a little large, why don't you scale it down? So that's just what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna type my graphics 1.scale equals 0.5. So I'm gonna copy that. And then I'm gonna just hit enter, go to 16 and put that in. Alrighty, so once you add that, you can play again with the scale as well. So see how it got real small when I changed that? I can add and make it a little bigger, but I do think 0.5 is pretty perfect. Let me do 0.4 because it's cutting off a little bit. So it's small, it's in the corner there. That's kind of what I wanted to see it do. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to keep it there. Again, play around with it. You might make your own graphic and you want to make it bigger, more prominent. So go ahead and do that. But I'm just going to hit next here. One last step. All right, so we are pretty much to the end. One last step is trying to add an emoji to your project. Drag the emoji block into your code. So you can either drag it, grab it and drag it over to your code, or you could just click twice and it adds to it. So because it was a back to school, it adds a little backpack. That's not what we want. So I am going to click on. All right, so it added a emoji there. I don't like that one, but I'm hoping they're going to give me an option to change that because that doesn't even go with my theme. So I've dragged that block into my code, so then I'm going to hit next. Ooh, this is where I was hoping we'd go. Switching your emoji. Switch out your emoji to something else. So you can choose an emoji that that either backs up what your filter is going to look like, or is kind of more in style with that. So I'm not doing a back to school tip. So what you want to do is you can click here on one of these websites and then you can find the perfect one for your filter. So it's going to take me to a new page, and we have all sorts of emojis you can click between categories. And I think I'm going to do they have roasting marshmallows? I don't know. That might be the closest. Okay, when you click it there, you can copy it. Okay. And where the backpack is, in the parentheses and inside those quotes, I'm just going to paste my new emoji. All righty, and looky there it is. So I'm going to do, it's there, and then we're going to switch it on the next step where it is. So hit next. Finally, rotate your emoji. Add the line emoji dot rotation equals 15. So again, I'm going to highlight and copy that. Going to go down to line 21, paste that in. All right, hit next. That looks amazing. You have completed the steps to code your very own Snapchat filter. Tweak your project until it's perfect, then click submit when you're finished. All righty. I'm just cleaning up some code. Because somehow I got another box. So coding is like this. Sometimes you click the wrong thing. That happens. You just have to kind of look and see, where do I need to correct the code to make either the website, the filter, the program look or work the way I want it to. So now that we are done filling in our code, I'm just kind of fixing up my code. I'm taking out any gaps. I'm taking out any things that I might have duplicated or put in by mistake. At this point, I'm going to try to fix my emoji because it's kind of in the way. So let's see. So that rotates the direction. What we really need to do is we really needed to put it somewhere else, but I'm not sure that step was even included. So the other thing that I can do is say that I don't really want that graphic or I don't want the emoji. The other thing that I can do is I can go to the code and I can remove that as well. So this line here is the graphic line. So I'm going to take that out as well as the graphic location up and down or left to right in the box. So I'm going to highlight that and delete. And nothing happened. Awesome. That's just what happened. Oh, that's why. Look, I left in a graphic scale. So that's gonna, there we go. So again, that was a good lesson. A good thing to see is when you do leave some coding in there that corresponds with the thing that you are taking out, it will remain there. So you got to make sure that you do that you delete all the coding that is corresponding to the thing that you are taking out. So I'm just going to keep my graphic back to 10. It's in the corner there. It's supposed to be a little marshmallow on a stick. That's the closest I could find. Whatever. I think it works. So I think that's it for my Snapchat filter. So then what I could do is I can hit submit or save draft. If I wanted to do something else, I can also hit submit. You can pause your graphics as well. I just want to point that out. This little box here on the right corner, you can play the graphics, you can pause it, you can start it over, or we can make it bigger. Look at that, full screen. We can see my Snapchat filter. And then hit exit to or escape to remove that. My box color is still, I noticed when it got big that it's still kind of showing. So let's figure out how to fix that. So one of the things that you can do, like I said, is you want to check through at the end to see how does it look? What do you need to clean up? That sort of thing. So now that I make it big, I can see that I changed the opaque level of the box. So now it kind of blends in. And so it doesn't really mess with the background picture there. So it's important kind of to make it big to it's kind of hard to see in that little box what it's going to be like. So, all right, so let me see, what else do I want to fix? Now, I see that my memories are kind of in the way of the fire. So let me see what I can do with that. Okay, that's that. See how I'm playing around with the numbers? Okay. Like I've said a million times, you guys are probably sick of hearing me say it, but like I said, you can go ahead and play around with the numbers, fix what you want to fix. So I'm figuring out that my movie.height is my memories. line there. So I want to change that. So let's see, that was 120. Let's try 100. It's still, let's try 90. Okay, we're getting there. 80. I like 80. Maybe 75 would be best. Okay, we're almost there. I kind of like it on the rocks there. Yep, there we go. 65 is the perfect one there. It kind of hits right at the rocks below that fire so you don't miss that moving graphic for your filter. And I think with that, I'm pretty much done. I think it looks really great. Let me see. Make it big. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like it. Memories. I got my little marshmallows up here. I got my graphic moving here. It looks like a nice campfire in front of a cabin in the woods. I think that's pretty great. So I think that would be a really cool filter to use for Snapchat. And again, you guys can use whatever you would like to use. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it small. You guys can use whatever you want to use for the background. I just picked some uploaded backgrounds that were in the program already. Again, you can on the right side, you can upload your file, you can record a file from your webcam. It's totally up to you. This is all you, your choice. I like what I got going on here. So I'm going to hit submit. And then at that point, I can put my own title. I'm going to do Campfire Memories. Okay. You can choose to do a description, just a Snapchat filter. For campfire. All right, and then I can hit, it's saved already. I can hit view. And then it will take me to my project here. All righty, pretty cool. So what we want to do at that point is if you do want to save or edit, you can of course go back and edit. You can even click and start editing here. Or you can hit edit there, or you can hit download to download that to your computer to save your filter to upload to Snapchat, or you can do share, and then that you will have a link to your project that you can copy, or an embedded code that you can copy, and then you will be able to transfer it over or copy it over to your Snapchat, to your stories or whatnot that you use on there. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you will have fun with that and enjoy creating Snapchat filters. This program is free to use. And you can go ahead and find that on our website at dglibrary.org. And it is under the research page. It's one of our databases. So that's there for you to use. Anyone can use that. So that is found on our website. Anyone can use that. It's under databases or with our research tab. That's a new program to the Downers Grove Library, and it is interesting. It is innovative. It's a great way to learn coding. It kind of walks you through all the steps, and it's a nice interactive way to do that. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you will use this and go ahead and share your projects with your friends and your classmates. And we look forward to our next program with you. Thanks for attending.